Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the idea of using notes to customize things in Dynamis. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my current dual option plan group. Now notice that there is a notes field in the plan design, and you can see it's in the outline of that plan design. So this notes field above premium is going to represent notes that are specific just to that plan design. All right, so if I click on here, I'll be able to see any medical plan notes. Those are notes that were entered when the medical plan was created and stored in the library. So if you're pulling in plans from your agency library, you'll be able to see any notes associated with that. Down here is where we can enter notes specific to that plan design. So maybe what we want to put in here is there's a tier 5 on the RX. So we only keep track of 4 tiers. So maybe there's a tier 5 RX at 50% to a 300 max. All right, so I'm just making up a note to see where we enter those. The key is that that note is specific to the 2000 base plan. All right, because again, that note field is in here. If I needed a note for the 1000 buy-up plan, I would come in the 1000 buy-up plan and enter in the notes. All right, so that's one way, one level to enter notes is for the plan design. And there'll be certain reports where those plan design notes are going to show up when we report out using our reporting tools. Now, the other place to enter notes is up here, right next to show combined enrollment. And since it's not in a plan design, that's your indication that these are going to be notes for the entire plan group. All right, when I click on it, I get enter plan group notes. So the idea is this is where we're going to be able to enter in a couple of sentences describing on what we're illustrating in this plan group. In these plan group notes, it's a good habit to get into entering plan group notes, both internally, because there's times we want to come back, especially when we're busy and we're wondering what we created in a plan group, so they're great internally. But we're also going to learn later how those plan group notes can shape up and work their way into reports and presentations and help us really set up an expectation of what we're going to cover. So in this option, I'm just going to put in 2000 base plan and 1000 buy-up plan. All right, so I've got my 1000 buy-up plan. All right, so I'm giving a little more information. We already know it's a dual option from the plan group name. Now I'm giving a little more information on that. Now the other thing I want to put in here is I'm going to put in employer contributing 70% for both plans. There is spell checker in our notes. So we're going to say employer contributing 70% for both plans. All right, and the idea is that that premium share and how they're subsidizing the more expensive plan is something I may want to discuss as we get into that renewal. So I'm going to put those notes in there. All right, so the idea again is we have 2 different levels we're going to enter notes in. One is at the plan design level, which is going to be a note specific to that one plan design, or the plan group level where we can enter notes describing what we're illustrating in that plan group. All right, so that's the idea of plan notes, plan design notes, and plan group notes.